Hi, I'm Amanda of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video, we're going to be using shimmer paint with embossing folders. It's a great technique. I hope you'll enjoy it. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let's get crafting. So in this video, we are going to be using shimmer paint with embossing folders and embossed images. And there are a few different techniques that I want to show you. And we'll get started straight away with a pre-embossed image. So this image here has been embossed. This is the new Swirls and Curls embossing folder from the Autumn Winter catalogue. And hopefully you will have seen my previous video which explained all about the different shades of shimmer paint that we have, and also getting sponge daubers to get the colours to put onto your stamps and other images. So for this card, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to use the Vegas Gold, and always make sure you give the shimmer paint a really good shake. I'm just going to pick some up from the lid, and what you can actually do with this is just pick out certain areas that you want to have the shimmer paint on. So it could just be that you want to highlight a spot on your card, and you go over the top like this. And you can do this with a sponge dauber, or you can do it with a brayer. I'm going to show you the brayer as well in a second. But this gives you a brilliant effect. You can just highlight certain areas or do the whole thing. And that is actually how I've got this card. Again, this is done with Vegas Gold, which is the colour I've got here. And it gives you this beautiful, almost metallic finish. It looks like burnished gold. It's a really pretty finish. So that's how you can do that. So that's using an embossed image. You can also do it on the reverse. So you can pick up the other side. And I think actually it's something that we don't do very often. We know which side the embossing folder should go, and we tend to always use that. But I think actually it is a really lovely effect sometimes to use it in reverse. So that is your sort of second way of using it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the shimmer paint actually in the embossing folder. So what we're going to do is we're going to use it on the Stampin' Up side, and I'm going to put a little bit of shimmer paint, a few drops, on, I'll just scoop that up from there, on a plate, or you can put it on your silicone mat or Teflon mat, that kind of thing if you've got that. And just roll it backwards and forwards, and what you're wanting is quite even coverage on the sponge brayer. And just run it over the top. Now you want to use a fairly light hand. The more you press down, the more likely you are to get ink down in the holes, which is actually going to be the raised part of this image. And you'll see when it's done, it's really interesting effect. So I've got it all on there. So I'm going to put the cardstock down, and this is Merry Mellow. Just pop that down. I'll bring in my big shot, and hopefully the table isn't going to shake too much. Let me just pop that there. Pop it in between the two clear plates and slide it through. So it's doing two things. It's actually embossing it and putting the shimmer paint on it. And then let's see what we have. And this is the magic of this technique, because what it actually does is it puts the shimmer paint into the hollows and leaves the cardstock exposed and the original colour. So you can see that this is the card here that I prepared earlier, and you can see they're always going to be different. Now, you can actually use any ink with this technique. So any of your Stampin' Up! Inks will work so long as they're water-based inks. Don't use a permanent ink in this technique or in this way, because it will stain your embossing folder. To clean it, you can just run it under the tap and then just give it a quick dry and it will be fine. So that is another couple of techniques really. You can use your sponge daubers on pre-embossed images, or you can actually put the shimmer paint on directly onto your embossing folder and run it through the Big Shot that way. So there are the 2 card samples for you. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that you've seen, please scroll down. Whether you're on YouTube or on my blog, you'll find links to all of the products that I've used, and the links will take you direct to my online store and you can shop there 24/7. For more creative inspiration, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my blog. That way you'll never miss any new updates and creative inspiration. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.